sunrise until sunset, and dusk until dawn. Every minute of every hour of every day. On the front line, it's key workers keeping our country moving, putting themselves at risk to keep others safe, for the vulnerable, for the sick, for the young and the old. We rise to the challenge. We care, we protect, we help, we fix, we deliver for everyone. We will get through this, and it's thanks to our key workers. We're proud to represent heroes, and not all heroes wear capes. Key workers deserve recognition, protection and support. Get us on your side. Join us today.
Good evening, everybody. How are you all doing? Thanks for joining us this evening on our monthly broadcast meeting for Hermes Couriers. Hope everybody's in good shape. It's a bit of a sad time because it's coming up to the end of the summer, and not everybody's had a brilliant summer so far this year. So it's getting to that time, pre-peak, getting towards winter, dark nights and dark mornings. So anyway, let's not depress each other. We've got a packed business schedule. How are you doing, Ed? How are you doing, Susie?
Okay.
We're all right, thank you.
We're on our DCF duty. That's why we're together. So we're here.
You've been in meetings meeting the company today, haven't you?
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant.
Went well. Susie's got money back for people. Barry was there. Tracy was there with us. So really good meeting. And again, just we need our members to bring their issues to us, basically.
Brilliant.
We're getting dealt with.
Okay, so we got a packed agenda tonight. So everybody, Ed, if you could post up the slides, please, and then we can show people what sort of an agenda that we've put on tonight. Hopefully it will help us and everybody can keep track of what's taking place in the meeting. So let me put my glasses on because my eyesight is such now. I need them to read. So winning in the workplace, making work better. So if we go to slide 2, this is where we're to give you some report backs about what's taking place. So last week we sent out a news brief to you via email. We've stopped doing the jazzy ones because I think people are struggling to open up the attachments sometimes on their emails, and they prefer just to get it via the email. So we're doing it that way. So there are some of the issues. But, in the last couple of years, we've now secured around about £4 million for couriers in either non-payments or underpayments to couriers. Now, let's be honest here. We don't believe that this should be happening at all. Again, there's been issues over ETA payments and SOS payments. These appear to be the latest issues. We're quite clear on this. This shouldn't be happening. It's wrong that people are treated this way. And then, you'll claim your money back or whatever. But how many thousands of couriers are not even bothering to do this? And their money, their hard-earned money, the hours that they've given, providing the service to the company and delivering these parcels is not being properly rewarded. So I think we need some more honest conversations between ourselves about, Ed's been using the phrase now, enough's enough. And they've had too many chances. And I think we're all fed up of hearing it's an IT issue. It's an IT issue. I think we know, and I think you know as well, as our members, that actually if the directors' pay was being paid wrong every month, that some do bloody do something about it then. So I think now we're, enough is enough, and I think we've got to start on this. So we sent out that email last week with news brief 55. Ed, shall we go through some of these issues and about the reporting issues and one or two things like that? And Susie, please, do you want to come in on the holiday one as well when Ed's done about the reporting issues?
Yeah, thanks, Mick, and welcome everybody. Yeah, I mean, I think everybody's seen the comms that have gone out from the company on how issues need to be reported. And I'll be honest with you, it puts the GMB right at the forefront of that. So those who are members are already in the loop. Contact your rep. Look, to be honest with you, this is a comms from Hermes. So they're going to say, go via your CDM, go by courier admin. I have gone through email after email with people this last few weeks, and they're getting a fob off. Let's be honest. You're getting fobbed off, every one of you. People chasing payments. Oh well, they're paid in arrears. It's an IT issue. We pass it on to your CDM? It's not good enough. Simply not good enough. The payment is yours. You've earned it. It's yours by right. Now, you can go through your CDM, you can go through courier admin, get the fob off, or you can come to your GMB rep. Susie today, Barry today, were in there getting money back for couriers. Susie had one where it was, 600 deliveries not being paid. That's scandalous. And again, I keep using the phrase, enough is enough. Well, it is enough. Barry was in there getting payments for couriers who just IT issues. It's ridiculous. So if you've got an issue, please make sure it's coming to us. Get all of your rep, not me and Susie. You each have a rep in your region, and we'll during the course of this broadcast, we'll scroll their email addresses across the bottom so you all know them. Get to know your regional rep. Get your issues to them. We have formal meetings with the company now, more than we've ever done. We have a Monday meeting every Monday. We have a monthly meeting with the RDCF. If nothing's fixed there, we can take it national, right? So we already have a formal structure to deal with your issues, okay? So on that, I think I'll hand over to Susie with the holiday.
The holiday predicted accrual, which has come really off the back of, let's be honest, certain couriers being creative, shall we say, with their holidays. So booking holidays knowing that they perhaps wouldn't have enough accrued at the time of the holiday to be covered by Hermes. So what we're going to move to is predicted accrual. So the system will predict, based on the amount of days that you currently work, how much accrual you will have at the end of the pay period that you take your holiday in. And it will only allow you to book those days. So if you go to book 6 days and the system works out that you will actually only have 4 days, you will only be allowed to book and be paid and be covered for 4 days. If you want to take those extra 2 days, you will have to book them on Marketplace and provide the cover yourself. That's about it, really, I think.
Yeah, look, it is. We think it's actually in favour of the courier, because if we went actually, I think by the agreement, it would be the time you book the holiday that you need all your accrual. It's not. It's the time that you actually get paid. So if you have issues about not taking your holidays, again, get them to us and we'll deal with them. We dealt with a lot over Eid, certainly in my region, and all those couriers got their holidays back. So it proves it works. The 1 hour time slots, I've just seen Mark Finch there just posting the 1 hour time slots. Can I be honest with you? I don't see it being a huge issue. It is literally, like we explained before, it is a 50% scale down. And we were asked by our members, by all of you, was there going to be the 50% scale down within the 1 hour? So you get the 30-minute window. Yeah, there is. Just so it's literally just a 50% scale down. So most careers know what they deliver an hour. So that then is what you put in the time slot. If those careers need to use route optimization, and I know some of you, it's not for me, it's not for a lot of careers. Some new careers are using it. I know some older long-serving careers are using it. There is now going to be the option where you can speed up or slow it down so it doesn't affect your ETAs and you're not sat waiting outside addresses. It's not for me, I will be honest, is the route optimization. I don't think there's any better route optimizer than the courier that is doing the round and knows the round, done it for years. The free sort, huge issue.
I was just thinking before we go into that, Ed, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. Just before we go into that, shall we get some questions in from people?
Yeah.
Just, we're really keen on hearing people's feedback here. So people, if you've got questions on those couple of issues that we've just raised, let's ask them.
Ian's got one here, mate. My work contract, I'm a 194, it says I don't have to accrue holiday. Actually, we do. The difference is you get all your accrual at the start. But it's very important that if you're not a 6-day career, and I know a lot of 194 aren't now, that you still have to be careful that you only use the amount you would have accrued by the end of the year. But no, you're quite right. You know, Ian, you get yours at the beginning, but you do officially have to accrue holiday. Anybody else? Can you see anyone, Susie? There's not a lot of questions coming in at the minute, mate.
That's a bit weird. Usually we're getting inundated with questions.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if we're not getting any at the moment, why don't we just carry on a little bit? You were going to start to mention about the free sort, Ed. Do you want to do a little bit on that?
Yeah, look, it appears it's been quite divisive across the network. No union, any union that I know of, would not ever allow their members to work for free. It's as simple as that. You know, and we're not going to put up with it. But also the company are now the ones challenging on it because the company themselves have been challenged on it. You know, this is not, it's not just hearsay. They are literally now got MPs swinging around them, and MPs want answers. But don't forget, it's our members, some of them, that have been to MPs and raised this. Okay, so what they're doing now is the MPs want answers and they want this stopping. They are looking at the GMB to support that, which we are doing. You know, you are not volunteering; these are paid jobs. Okay, any career that I get careers saying I'm not being paid for the work I do, but then they'll go and sort for 2 hours in the morning for free. No, you should be paid for the work that you do. And if you're sorting, we're not saying careers shouldn't be sorting. Let's make that very clear. We are not saying careers shouldn't be sorting. If you're sorting, fine, but you should be paid for the work you do. It's as simple as that. Would you not agree with that, Mick?
Well, I do. I mean, the issue is, this isn't volunteer work. This is an employed position, and one of the reasons why people have become quite uptight about it is that actually we have got evidence that people have been threatened, and they've been told, if you do not do the free sort, then actually you won't be leaving the delivery unit with your parcels until 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And people have absolutely been told that. We also believe that going back a couple of years, one of the issues why some couriers had their rounds taken off them and were told that their services were no longer required is because of some of these issues. Now, we're not making this up. It's our members that have confidentially come to us and told us this. And the company are dealing with the situation. And we know this is taking place. Let me be quite honest. This is not about a blame culture. This is about righting wrongs. And there are people that have fallen into this trap of thinking that it's acceptable that free work takes place. Well, let's be honest out there. It doesn't. And actually, it's work that the company should be paying for. And, you know, many people have looked at this and have justified it. And with some people's behavior on this particular subject, actually, they've broken the law. And that is why we ask people, and we said to DUCs, you know, and we have advised them, listen, you need to get some legal advice here to protect yourselves. This may have been acceptable a couple of years ago, but it's not now. Times have changed. And, you know, and everybody sees what is now taking place in the economy with the shortages of labour and things like that. And pay is becoming a serious issue. So, no, it's not expected that free work is acceptable. That is why the MPs have been raising this in Parliament and raising it with Hermes, because they are saying it's wrong, and these are elected representatives in the, you know, in what is one of the highest bodies in the land. So, any more questions?
Yeah, just want to note there, mate. It's a comment from Martin. You know, if you sort him for free, good luck with accident insurance. We actually had a lady out of the northern region who was sorting for free. I think it was a pallet she fell over. She actually broke her hip.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, and now she'd sorted in there for years for free. All of a sudden, she was nothing to do with the DUC. She was nothing to do. She was self-employed. I tell you what, they wanted nothing to do with her. Now, she was unable to work and probably won't be working for about 6 to 7 months. The GMB are supporting that career. But I'll tell you what, those who she was working for free for, they were out the door so fast, there was head spinning. It was ridiculous. Right, Paula, and I think somebody else had mentioned we missed round balancing. Sorry about that. We did. Right, round balancing. My opinion, I don't think it'll work. We don't own the rounds. That's the problem. The company do. Okay, let's be quite honest about that. We offer our services self-employed on those rounds. I've had a round for 20 odd years. I don't think it'll work. I think there's many couriers on here tonight that will not think it works. The company are going to do it, whether I think we like it or not. We are not supporting it as such. We're sitting back, right? Now, if our members have issues, then please bring them to us and we will challenge the company on it. I would say one thing, some of our members are coming to us and saying that they don't mind the round balancing, because some of our members now are trying to survive on rounds that are doing 28. I had a courier last week, 19 parcels. Nothing anybody can do. That's the round. That's what he took on. It's not right there either. You know, but the only way he can get more volume is by taking them off somebody else. Hopefully it will be done sensibly, and there will be a conversation with the courier. Now, if you aren't getting the conversation, we also need to know, because that's not right either. Now, the company have absolutely promised they will speak to individual couriers. If that's not happening, like I say, let us know. If you are adversely affected, we also need to know, and we will then challenge the company. It hasn't happened yet. We can't preempt it. There will be winners and losers. There will be some members come to us and say, fantastic, I've got a decent round. There will be some members come to us and say, I've had X amount of parcels taken off me. We need to look at this on an individual basis. If you have a problem, you think it's not right, you need to speak to your GMB rep, and we can take it right to the top. If there's a problem, it's not an issue. But we can't jump on something until it's actually happened. Okay, so that's where we are with that. Somebody's just asked earlier on as well. You're filling in these average pay forms for us, spreadsheets. What we're doing, we are putting this together. Yes, there will be an update. We will share the results with everybody. But what I'm going to try and do is share them on the next one of these broadcasts. We're hoping it shows to us and to the company the way our volumes have shot up, but our pay's dropped, because we all know that's what's happening. And it's okay, one or two people saying that, or even, we need to prove it and we need to get the facts. We can't go in and challenge the company just on what we say. I want the evidence from you, the members. Your names aren't being used. It will be a graph with nobody's personal details. It is just the trend line that our pay is going down and down, because it's not sustainable. It really is not sustainable. And this company needs to wake up. If they want a career network, they have to pay them properly. And I know a lot of people saying, what about the packets? Look, the packets are here to stay. We are not going to get a flat rate. The company, I don't think, will entertain it. But I know making the national committee, we are working on other things that we can challenge the company on. But with that base data, we can go to the company and say, this doesn't work. This is not sustainable for you as a company. And I know Mick has already thrown that at the company, but it's not sustainable. And again, thank you, Mark. The model does need challenging, and we have served notice to the company. Mick's done that we will be looking at the model. Okay, we are not sitting back and not doing anything. Sometimes, to quote what Mick says, we need to get our ducks in a row. We're doing that. We're trying to do it as quickly as possible. We are gathering your data, so we can go in there fully armed, so we can really challenge the company on your behalf. Because again, this company needs a serious challenge. This is the gig economy in action, where profits go up and workers' pay goes down. It's got to stop. It's as simple as that. It's got to stop. I think you would sort of agree with that, wouldn't you, Mick?
Oh, definitely, Ed. I mean, look, I just think you've just really explained this to people in a very clear way, that it definitely isn't sustainable with what is taking place. And we thought things were starting to move in the right direction through the onset of the pandemic, and people were starting to earn money, people were starting to get decent volumes, they were then taking on extra couriers, and things were moving in a different direction. What seems to have taken place is that the shape and the volume has changed, especially around packets. And of course, as my colleagues have rightly reminded me, you're still doing as much productivity as what you have been in the last 6 months, but you're now starting to get paid less because of the reduced rates around the packets. Now, that's an issue that we have to rightly challenge. It's not sustainable. It's not right. People do not come to work to earn less. People do not come to work to have pay cuts. And these are the things that is a challenge. And we've got to rise to that challenge as a negotiating team. And, we need to come back to you and have some discussions during the negotiations around this. And we may need to ask for your guidance on one or two issues. But Ed's perfectly right. And the National Committee are at one on this, that, this is not sustainable and it's not something that we're supporting going forward. We need change to take place, and that you as valued key workers should be rewarded properly.
Just one or two things that are coming up there, like Nikki, is the round balancing just for peak? Right. The round balancing will be put in place. It will start, I think, this week. It was supposed to start this Monday, the conversations. It is for peak. Once careers are spoken to, it will not go live for another month. Then, after peak, the rounds will be rebalanced again. Yeah, I know it sounds absolutely ludicrous. I think it is. I think this company are really worried about peak. They are predicting 3.2 million, sort of Black Friday around then. They are panicking, I think, that some of the rounds aren't going out. They're not getting enough careers. Sadly, they don't equate that to actually paying people correctly. They would actually get people knocking the door down. I think that's stopping now. And a lot of these people now who are on furlough are going back to their old jobs. So round balancing is for peak. It's then going to be rebalanced after peak, but it'll be SE plus couriers who take those rounds. They will be talking to SE plus couriers first to sort out those rounds. do you want to take on another round? They want to increase to an extra 5,000 rounds per peak. Then those 5,000 rounds will be then looked at to go back or dissolve back into other rounds after peak like they normally do. But the couriers that are taken on for that peak 5,000, it's going to be very clear it's temporary. If they are supporting other couriers with splits, it is temporary. The rounds will be coming back to you without question. Connor has already confirmed that, because we would not put up with somebody coming in and taking your work. It's not right. Certainly not at this time. It will be SE Plus couriers who then bear the brunt of and get those rounds back. Any that are left will then be up for grabs by those who have remained lifestyle cover couriers. So yes, it's mainly for peak. I think it's the panic about the volume and the concern about the volume. Because some of these rounds, and again, I've had members come to me and say my round's not viable. There's nothing we can do other than go and take off parcels and streets from somebody else, which again is not fair. So hopefully, and I say hopefully, I'm absolutely not going to give you a guarantee that this will be the case. It should work. Do I think it will? No, I don't really. So look, all I'm saying to you is let's see what happens. We are here. If Susie, me, Barry, Jason, Bob, we're all here. Tracy and Emma are all here. Speak to us if you think it's not right, it's not happening correctly, you're not being spoken to, they're taking too much work. Come and talk to us. We will see what we can do for you. That's the best. I'm not going to lie to you. There's no point that we can fix it. We will challenge it where we can, without a shadow of a doubt. If you've got another question. I think forcing the issue of flat rates at the moment, it isn't possible. I'm not going to lie to you. I can sit here, all right, we'll force the issue of flat, how do we force it? Talk to us. It's all right saying force it. How do we force it? Do we all go out on strike? Can I tell you something? Strike will never work at the moment. We need to gather ourselves as a unified force, as a single army, actually look at how collectivism works. Then we can start to build and we can start to challenge these things. Anything else?
I'm just reading.
But I just think on this point, I think, it's perhaps not always what we think. I think, what do couriers think around this? Because, the point is, it's about building amongst the courier network. It's about creating that collective consciousness and that simple act of solidarity between each other.
Absolutely.
Perhaps these phrases, may have been forgotten by some people, but they're very important to trade unions and trade union members. So I'm just interested to see what people. Obviously Mark's put a view there, and is that view shared by many couriers, or is it just a few at this moment in time, or do you think that actually, as consciousness builds amongst couriers, that actually people may think, perhaps the payments should be standardized, or even that, there should be some sort of national arrangement for what couriers get paid, rather than this illusion that there's a negotiation. And I think also there will be some couriers, I would imagine, that would think, well, I'm working next to my colleague, we live in the same street, we work out the same delivery unit. Yeah, his packets are paid more than what I am, but yet we do the same job. And I'm just wondering, what do people think about that? Is it a nonsense, this personalisation and the individualisation of earnings? And do people think, actually, we could all be better off if we were all on similar rates right across the piece, working for Hermes? Because actually, a Hermes courier is a Hermes courier. May have different areas where we work in. Some people may be working rural, things like that. You could put all those issues into the equation. And in other parcel companies, those issues are into the equation of the rates. But it'd be just interesting to see what people think here, Ed and Susie, because I do think we need this conversation.
Yeah, I think we do, mate. Again, I think there's a lot of conversations to go on. We hear about the packet racket. And again, it's disgraceful. You know, that basically we are going to be packet couriers before much longer. And that's going to see our pay plummet, actually, for more work. But again, what do couriers think about the packet racket? Because can I just look, I'm not siding with either. I'm just going to put some views out. I have couriers who want rid of the packet racket. I do, to be honest with you. I also have couriers who've told me not to touch the packet racket because do they want to lose best part of £3,000 a year in admin payments? Yeah, it's not my decision. It's your decision. You know, it's what you all think, not what me or Susie or Mick or Barry or Tracy or Emma think. You know, it's what you think. It's what you want. But yeah, and again, we run. I was chatting on one of the groups one evening, and it was very clear that there was some wanted it, some didn't want it. It's over to you. You know, you tell us what you want, because you know you are the GMB, not the National Committee, not me. You are the GMB, and it's your decision. You know, right? You entrust us. You tell us what you want. We have to go and try and fight for it. We won't always win, but we will do our damnedest to get that done for you. You know, we have a pay deal coming up, and you know, we will go and fight for the best we can. No, we're not saying it'll be perfect, but we will go in there and fight tooth and nail. Don't forget, it affects me, Susie, Barry, Emma, Bob. It affects us just the same as you. Okay, and again, we have decisions. We all have our own views. Again, within, I think, on the whole, the National Committee think the packet racket should go. I mean, we were going to do some work on it not so long ago and actually challenge some. But we were told quite categorically by some of our members, please don't, because I don't want the admin payments to disappear. What I'm saying is, you decide. It's your choice. What do you want us to do? You know, and it's a conversation I think we need to have on all sorts of issues. Just, I want to update everybody on one of the huge issues. Go on.
Sorry. Right. You mentioned Susie. You mentioned Bob. Mentioned Barry.
I was just trying to read all the other names. Emma, Angela.
I really don't want to drop anybody in it, but I just say to people, we've got Angela, we've got Tracy, we've got Emma, we've got Jason, we've got Barry, we've got Bob, we've got Susie. We've got a fantastic team of national reps.
Actually, for the first time ever, mate, we actually have now a full complement. We have a full national committee, which gives us more input, it gives us more views, it gives us more thoughts, and it also gives each one of you your own national rep that you can now go and talk to in your region. I will start putting their emails across the bottom for each region so you get to know them and get to know your national rep, because you can feed value, not only questions, you can feed your thoughts into your national rep and let us know what you want.
Freddie McGurk has put up a message in the box, and he's saying, I want GMB to be negotiating my rates. Is that what people think? Or is just Freddie alone on this? I mean, you know, I think these are the honest conversations that we all need, and to have clarity. And, you know, to be honest, I feel a survey coming on. I think we should be doing a survey and asking people around this about this key crucial point, because clearly the current system is not working. It's not fit for purpose.
It isn't fit for purpose, I mean.
So what do people think? What do people think? Do they think that Freddie's right, or do you have a different view?
See there, Sylvia's got one view. I tend to agree with her there. We should be paid right for the work we do. We should not have to go chasing admin payments. There are others that are saying that if we take the admin payments away, that's a possible £3,000 they will lose. And I've got to take that as well, because those are members as well. It's what do the majority think? What do you want? Yeah, I think Mick's right. Maybe we need to do a survey on it and do a vote on it. So, as we enter the pay claim, we know what the couriers want. We know what you want in the pay claim, but overall, what do you actually want? Do you want rid of the packet racket? Do you want us to go in and challenge it? Do you not want us to? You are the GMB, not us. You make the decisions. Okay? Speak to your national rep. Tell them what you want. We can feed that back into the national committee. Okay? One of the things, just to jump around a bit while Susie's looking for comments and questions, one of the big things that you have contacted us on mass, and certainly through the WhatsApp groups, is the app issues. Can I be honest with you?
There you go.
Yeah, I think that about sums it up, Martin. I think, can I be honest with you? I have to wholeheartedly agree. The app is a pile of crap, to be honest with you. It is not fit for purpose. And can I be honest with you? As I shared the email with you last week, I had to be a bit more polite, but basically that's what we've told the company. Connor sat with us. Well, it's ridiculous.
I'm just thinking, when you think of logos and you think of
yeah, I think that's perfect.
I just think, the app is crap. I mean, putting that on notices and stuff like that, I mean, I imagine if that, packet racket, now the app is crap. I think if that starts, Martin, I think the company will start to seriously worry that there is some credibility issues here because,
there are.
as Ed has pointed out, the amount of traffic on the WhatsApp groups in the last week or so over the app and its performance, it is unacceptable. You are provided a tool to help you do your job, and it really isn't fit for purpose. Wow, Jerry's actually said that it's not fit for purpose. Yeah, it just flashed up on the screen.
For purpose.
Yeah.
And again, can I be honest with you? We've all been fobbed off. Oh, ring Barcode Warehouse. Can I be honest with you? I don't think that the company were even aware of what was going into Barcode Warehouse. Couriers weren't even being asked what the issue was. Oh, uninstall the app, reinstall it. Still don't work. Oh, buy a new phone. Pardon? That's, can I be honest with you? I could get a chimpanzee to do that amount of IT support and probably do a better job. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
The other thing as well, Ed, it's quite a disgusting comment to say to people because, again, this is about people actually trying to do their job, and also it can affect people's pay. And, for people to say this to couriers, it's wrong. It's disrespectful. And I honestly think, we've got to stop accepting this disrespectful behaviour shown to our members. It's wrong. Ian's put up a point there. The app was working fine before the update, and I tend to agree with him. We heard nothing about it until these issues have taken place, and it's like anything to do with quite a number of things. The company alter them, and then it just goes from bad to worse again. No,
the thing is,
Alison's point there. You just look at that. It's this is wrong. It's wrong. This is no way to run a business.
No, it's not. The second delivery company in the country can't even get a delivery app right. They've had more than enough time. I know Barry's on tonight, and he'll back me up in this. Myself and Barry attended a meeting to look at the app and how it worked. We challenged it in certain areas, but on the whole, that app worked. I was a bit pessimistic, as Barry was no, it works. Ed, I scrumpled barcodes up. I told them the app worked. It scanned barcodes. Okay. But I think, well, I'm hoping Barry on. If Barry's on, can you tell me when that was? I think it was about 2 years ago, 18 months ago. It was certainly before lockdown started. And that app worked. And now they've tried to add bits in, take bits away, tweak it, and just add update after update after update after update, which is absolutely crippled it. Absolutely crippled it. Till now. And again, it's happening this morning. Couriers can't even scan the parcels on it. The very thing we need to do to start our work. Can't even do it. Crap. I think crap's been, to be honest with you, I think that's been more than reasonable. It's more than crap. It's not fit for purpose, as somebody's just said. It's not fit for purpose. We sat with Connor yesterday, and we went through some of this stuff line by line. And I know Jason's on tonight, and luckily we had Jason out with his phone, because Connor was saying, look, we've put an update in. It's 3.4. It's going to sort a lot of these problems out. Jason sat there and went, no, it's not. It's not working. And there was just no answer. There was just no answer. We need to go back and have another word with the IT teams. It's disgraceful. Because why? Because we're losing money also. This is what we've got to remember. When this app isn't working and you're having to stop and bring barcode warehouse, you do so at your expense. And while you're not working and not delivering parcels, you're not earning any money. It's disgraceful. And again, we've got a meeting coming up with the company. We've had the meeting with Connor on Monday, and I'll be honest with you, the things he was telling us, that this app, and again, it's the IT department who just haven't got a grip on this. They think just chucking another update in. Look, and I had one courier come to me and say, I can't even turn the torch off once I've turned it on. Disgraceful. I'm not being funny, but I know 10-year-old children who could write a better app than this. It's disgraceful. So look, keep sending us in the problems you're having with the app, because they are now going straight to Connor, because we are not putting up with this anymore. It's ridiculous. So any more questions, Susie?
There was one about the pay deal. Hang on. That I noticed. Just got to find it.
While Susie's looking for that. Anything else we want to talk about, Mick?
Well, there's just a point there from Ian. Ian's raised the point why's the business option gone? Do you know, Ed?
I don't. Well, again, no. What this will be is it'll be an update to fix one problem. But once they put an update in to say fix the torch, they destroy create 4 other problems with it. So they'll then try to fix them 3 and create another 6. This is the circle we're going round in, and it has to stop. Yeah, because this app's gone down and down and down and down. Till now, couriers couldn't even use it this morning. Couriers could not even use it. So I will chase that up again, because I wasn't aware it had gone. If anybody can tell me when it went, because that's the first time I've heard that reported to us. But again, they'll probably put a new update in today to fix something and broke that. This is what they're doing. It's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous, and it's got to stop, because it's costing us time and money. Well, I mean, I've had couriers come to me and say, I've lost 3 hours work. I've lost 3 hours today messing around with the app, but they're not getting paid for it. No, it's about time. If they want to carry on like this, start to compensate couriers. Here. And I think the issue is. I think the issue is. Sorry, go on. Yeah, I think the issue is, I think everybody's dreading the next update. It might bring the entire network. Oh, yeah. The next update. This is how bad things are. Susie, you got any more questions?
Well, you might like that one. It's not just a pay deal; it's a paying conditions. Paying conditions claim. So it's not just about pay, is it, Mick?
No, I mean, you're perfectly right there, Susie, and I think you're right to point that out to people. I mean, if you just want a pay deal, we'll talk about pay. We won't talk about anything else. But then how do you get annual leave? How do you get other benefits and stuff like that? So it's not just about a pay deal. It's about the package. It's about the whole thing. So, and that is what we try to provide. It's not just about pay, it's about the package. And so people have to view it in the round as such. And, sometimes people think, oh, well, if we just discuss pay, we get it dealt with quicker. No, we don't. No, we don't. If people are digging their heels in, they're digging their heels in. And so we insist this is our once a year opportunity to actually deliver on conditions for members as well. And let's not forget, Mark, and I mean, it's a good point that you've raised, but let's not forget, our members told us what they wanted in the pay and conditions claim. We did a survey, and this has come from our members. It's not come from me. It's not just come from the National Committee. It came from our members.
Yeah, I was just about to say that, but you beat me to it. I've had people say, well, what we should have done, you should have listed all the items, then we should have voted on them. We can spend half a year checking the vote. We didn't ask for suggestions. We asked you what you wanted in the pay deal. And some people, don't forget, some people didn't just go pay. They explained in great detail what they wanted from the pay claim. The National Committee, no member of the National Committee, as far as I'm aware, has put anything in this themselves. It came entirely from our members. In fact, there was members of the National Committee who did not complete the survey, so there was nothing in there of their own personal view. It came only from our members. That's how strongly members of the National Committee felt about this, that it was your choice. You are the GMB, not us. Because the 9 of us could say, right, well, let's get together. We'll put this in. This makes us 9 happy. Ignore the members. That's not how it works. You are the GMB, not us. And like I say, I didn't complete the survey. I know Susie didn't, and I know some others didn't. So there was none of that. None of our thoughts or comments went into that payday. Only what you told us you wanted. So it's your views. We've now got to go and fight for it, which we are going to do. And we're going to do that very strongly, because we all know you want a good pay deal and a good and better conditions. So do I. So does Barry, Emma, Susie, Jason, Bob. We're couriers just like you, Angela. We're all couriers like you. We don't want to accept any crap either, and that's why again we understand exactly what you're saying when you send us in the app problems, because poor Jason was sat there, stopped his round to take the meeting, and could have thrown his phone out the window. Really could. He was fed up of it. As were other members of our committee, just like you, couriers. They were fed up to the back teeth of it. It's costing them a lot of time and money. And again, it's getting to the stage where I'm going to ask the company, how are you compensating couriers for the time they are losing with your app that's not fit for purpose? And I am going to ask. I promise you that. I will ask the company, because it's about time they were asked. Because I've got couriers and I've got members, each one of you, losing time every day. Now, do the company care? Well, why would they? Why would the company care that you are now stopped for an hour, sorting your phone out, reinstalling the app? It's no cost to them. It's absolutely no cost to them. It's a cost to you, the courier. It's a cost to you, our members. And it has to stop. And if it's not going to stop, they're going to have to pay for it. Sorry, mate.
No, I'm just saying we've got some other things, so we need to move on. We've got limited time left. Shall we go back to the first slide just to explain to people, and then we'll jump to slide 3 after that. So if you're just ready, so if you just go right back to the beginning. So colleagues, thank you for your comments so far around the pay, the app, and everything else. And we've taken a note of a number of the things that you've said, and that is going to inform some of our conversations between ourselves and how we go to the company on this. So again, in listening mode, and we are here to listen and to give support to people. So if we jump to slide 3, I think there are a couple of things that we just need a bit more of a conversation on about this, and to see what. So, you know, we want to know from people, how often is your pay incorrect? So, you know, there are people we know that are coming to us every month, but we get the feeling there are a number of careers that are just fed up and just can't be bothered and have thrown in the towel. That is wrong. You work for a multi-million-pound company who, you know, should be paying you correctly. So we want to know, how often is your pay incorrect? And when your pay is incorrect, you know, what do you then do about it? What do other careers then do about it? You know, do you just blindly accept it because it's your money and you're entitled to it? So, you know, can we just have a conversation about this? You know, how can we address these issues more clearly for careers and get this sorted? Because it's only by more careers coming forward and the real issues of the volume of careers that are being paid incorrectly that it comes to light. Then we all know what the seriousness of the problem is. Look, in 2 years, we've recovered over £4 million for people. £4 million. That's a hell of a lot of money. It's a hell of a lot of money. So if we've only recovered that for the people that have come to us, actually, how much is going unclaimed? So, you know, can we just have a bit of a conversation about that at this moment? And it'd be just really interested to see people's points here. Are we getting any questions in on this?
Not on pay.
No. Oh, well. Okay. Is there anything coming forward? Are people feeling bullied or threatened at the moment? As, you know, is a return to previous behaviours taking place? Or is bullying and threats, is that now becoming far less, more frequent than what it used to be?
I'll be honest, mate. Last time we asked this question, I think it was when you were away on holiday.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Susan did it on her own, and we asked the question, and careers actually started to feed back to us. And can I be honest with you? I was very disappointed in what came back because, yes, at that time, people were still feeling bullied and threatened by CDMs. And I'll be honest with you, that was disappointing because I thought it started to change. I think I'd like to know what the careers really think about this and our members, because I was really disappointed and I honestly thought it had started to change. I think there are certain pockets in the network. I don't think it has changed at all. And, you know, I'd like careers to come forward and tell us, you know, you're our members. You know, that's what we're here for. You know, if you're feeling bullied, and I know there are, in the last few weeks, careers and members that have gone to their national rep to tell them they feel bullied, threatened in the DU. It's not right. And if it's not right, then get us the information and we will challenge it. Okay? And we will. We have done. And it's not right. You know, these managers have to work with us, not threaten and bully us. You know, they wouldn't put up with it. There's one.
That's an important point. What do you think about that, Susie?
I think that's possibly quite true. CDMs don't always know what they're talking about, let's be honest. Couriers know more about the job than the CDM. At the end of the day, it's the couriers on the ground. And I think that could well be it. It's not necessarily bullying, it's incompetence or lack of knowledge, shall we say, on behalf of the CDM.
There's another one from Andre. CDM threatened careers with the last time slots because they complained about late opening times of the DU. Can you get the details for that, Andre? Can you get them to your national rep? Because that's not right. That's not only, I think that's more divisive as well. So if you make a complaint, you're going to get bullied. well, we're never going to improve anything because we all have to raise our heads and we have to complain. You have to complain to the company. You have to let us know your complaints. It's the only way we'll get them fixed. And I'm not having met our members bullied because they've raised a complaint. It's not right. You cannot and should not receive a detriment. One, for being part of the GMB, which I have heard is starting to creep in one or two places. If I hear that or you've been threatened because of that, please let us know.
It's illegal.
You beat me to it by seconds there. It is illegal, and we're not going to tolerate it.
We have a law in this country that you've no right to, nobody has a right to be discriminated against for being a member of a trade union. And in fact, the law is quite stringent on this.
Yes, right. Right, Barry's right. Thank you, Barry. I was going to tell everybody that. We're taking this so seriously, and we've had a lot of stuff come in. We actually have now some of our national reps who have set up a subcommittee to look at bullying, how it affects you. We had a committee meeting the other week, and some of the ways it affects people is horrendous. It's absolutely horrendous. I had a courier who contacted me, and he had to pull up the side of the road to throw up, and I mean physically throw up, in a lay-by because he was that scared and nervous and worried about going into his DU to collect his parcels. That is absolutely scandalous. So we've set up a committee, and the names are on there. So if you are bullied, let those national reps know. Let any of your national reps know. We can feed it in. We're going to dedicate this subcommittee to just dealing with bullying, looking at how we can challenge it, looking at what's happening. Because we want you protected in the workplace. We're not putting up with this anymore. Like I said, I was personally disappointed because it was the one thing I stood against and still do stand against, because I think it's one of the things that it can have a massive, not just a psychological effect on people. It can actually destroy their lives. Like I said, this poor man who, he was a good courier, but just the way his CDM treated him when he stepped into that DU caused him to throw up before he got into the DU. We as a union, and I mean all of us, should no longer accept this in this company or in this network. So please, if you are being bullied, threatened, we need to know. Okay? Get all of your national reps. You can do it in confidence. Let's make that very clear. Everything you do with us is in total confidence. We will not, absolutely not, reveal your name, but we can take action on it. What else was on that list, mate?
Well, I think this last point, because I think sometimes some people think there's very little that can take place and there's very little change that can take place. Well, it can, and it will. The more we reach out to people, the more that we demonstrate that we are listening to people, we are hearing what people are saying, what is making them unhappy at work, and those are the issues then that we should be addressing. I mean, I've received an email from a member tonight, who still feels unhappy that the courier withdrew their handhelds, and I'm actually trying to say, well, actually, that wasn't an issue about whether the company should do this or whether they shouldn't do it. Actually, that technology is becoming redundant. Nobody is virtually using that technology within the parcel industry anymore. It's becoming a rapidly redundant technology, and they would have been withdrawn over a period of time. The other thing is, people are self-employed, and so saying that self-employed status, it's always been the case that self-employed people have to provide their own tools, because otherwise, if it is viewed that a company is providing these things for you, then actually it can affect your self-employed status. It can be one of those things that can be used to get utilized against. So it has some swings, it has some roundabouts. Some of the swings may not always be in everybody's favor, but you know, I'm trying to explain to the person that I get how you feel because this is what you've done for years. But the fact of the matter is, it's a redundant technology. You know, people are not using it anymore and won't be using it. But I think, you know, within the next 18 months, where anybody else is using it at the moment, it'll be gone for good. So you know, so reaching out to people and explaining to people about these things, you know, is the job becoming better? Is it becoming worse? You know, what is it that is making some people feel unhappy? Because I think what we detect is couriers don't moan for the sake of it, but actually there's a lot of unrest and a lot of feeling about Hermes at the moment, and a number of couriers are basically saying to us they feel that the company's taking the mickey out of them, and that, you know, that feeling is building and building and building again. So it is interesting to know what people do think about this and how we can assist and reach out to people so that we can try and address these issues for you. Ed often uses the term courier confidence, and to be frank, there doesn't seem to be much courier confidence around at the moment.
Sadly, Mick, there isn't. But in all fairness, I can understand why. If we're not getting hit by pay reductions, we are getting hit by an app that doesn't work. Yeah, and yeah, we need to stand on this, and we need to listen to our members. Now, our members need to be behind us 100%. You know, it's our chance. We've never had this chance before to actually challenge the company in the way we can. And I just want Chris to get behind the GMB because it is a marvellous opportunity for us. I've worked for 26 odd years, coming up 27 years. We were raising things on our own, careers around the network. And basically, again, the old management by fear. You know, if you don't like it, there's somebody behind you who'll work for £10 less. Those days have to go. I think they're starting to, but there's a long, long way to go yet. And I think our best chance of ever doing that is by being unionised and joining together as a collective. Because if we join together as a collective, we could actually bring Hermes to their knees and say, you will listen and you will get these things sorted. And to me, it's the only way forward now. Let's try to do it in little groups, and individually. The company can just swat us aside, like they always have done. Yeah. I saw it today in the IDCF, where couriers had tried to do it themselves. They'd gone to the CDM numerous times, being told, yeah, we'll sort that. Yeah, I'll put the payment through. You know, they hadn't, because the courier gets another invoice where there's no payment on it. No promise, you know, to promise that payment. It's only £10 maybe. That £10 a lot to a courier. But it's a promise broken. And that's where the courier confidence disappears. If you've been promised the money, it should be paid. And that's what I saw challenged today. And the company, yeah, they have to sit and listen. And they did. You know, those couriers will now be paid. I mean, Bob, who's been collecting return to depot payments, just to give you all an update on that, he presented the company, I think, with £4,500 worth of non-payments to couriers. The company are now going to get that paid. But even we got fed up of that because we were promised. So we had to take action, and we've done that. And those couriers are now going to be paid. And for those that had contacted Bob and registered their claim with him, next week they're going to...
Invoices are going out on Sunday with a view to paying the following week.
Yeah, so it's actually going to be a special invoice you're going to get them on. Because some couriers we had on that list were owed hundreds of pounds. It wasn't just the odd £3.50. So that's another £4.5 grand that we've got back for couriers. But we shouldn't have to go chasing it. We should be paid right the first time. And the promises, because I know a lot of couriers out there are taking out backlog, are doing extra work on the promise of payments that never come. It's not acceptable. It's a disgrace. But honestly, and I'm not just sitting here and saying that because I'm the chair of reps, okay? Because I was challenging the company a long time before Mick ever met me in Whitby and came and had a chat with me. But I'll be honest with you, after I've had that chat with Mick in Whitby, I saw a whole new way forward for couriers. And I still believe in that, as do all those in the National Committee, as do many of you. Many of you. And that's why you're here tonight. And that's why you are, our loyal members. And we need to work together. And again, I think it's a matter of, and I know there are some DUs out there where couriers are frightened to tell other members that they're actually a GMB member. Please don't. If you can be brave, tell other people in your DU that you're a member of the GMB, because that's how others. I actually had a DU recently who there was one member said to me, I'm not telling anybody else in the DU that I'm a member. I said, why? Well, I don't want to be singled out. He actually built up some courage and actually found out half of his DU were actually members too. And it's just that conversation between couriers. And again, let's not forget, this company did not want couriers talking to each other in case they did exactly what we try to do and actually pull together. Because even the company knew even way back then, if the couriers pulled together, this company would have serious problems. So let's pull together and give this company some serious problems to deal with. Things like getting our pay right, getting the app right. We can do it together, but we can only do it together.
Yep. Very good points. Very good points. Can we just go right back to the beginning of the slides, please?
We certainly can, mate.
I think, look, mate, I think you've made some really good points there. Look, just building on this point, we have now in the region of around about 120 GMB depot contacts from different delivery units that have come forward wanting to be GMB contacts. And that is building. We've had another couple of people come forward this week, unsolicited, saying, "Look, I want to be a GMB local contact at my delivery unit, so I can tell people what's going on and give them information." So please do pass the word around, everybody. If you want to be a GMB local contact, send an email to me or to Ed or to Susie. Just send it to us, and then we will sort this out, and we will get you added to the contact lists, the WhatsApp group for the local contacts, and also the meetings that we have with local contacts. And for instance, next week we'll be having a meeting with all the GMB local contacts next week. As we go through things, so please do come forward. It's great to hear from people. It's always great to get an email from people. Even if you're criticising or saying we're not doing something that we should be doing, or we're not getting something right, you keep in touch. I always thank people for getting in touch. It's like the person that's emailed me this evening. I've replied, and I'm saying thank you for taking the time and the trouble to contact me, because even though the person is really unhappy about the way the company are doing things, at least they've taken the time and the trouble to communicate with me and let me know what they feel as well. And that's the right thing that they're doing. Can I be a local contact, Martin? If you want to be a local contact, send me an email, send me all your details, mate. And why not? Why can't you be a local contact? You know, it's not can I be a local contact? It's, you know, I want to be a local contact, and we're saying that with anybody. We can have as many local contacts in delivery units as possible.
Yep.
Ideally, we'd like about 500. So there's a long way to go because we're up to 100 and odd, and we really should have about 500. There's about 500 delivery units around the country, and it would be really, really good to build that knowledge base up amongst the couriers, and where couriers can freely talk to us, and we can obviously talk to them in a free and confidential manner as well.
Update on the pay deal.
Update on the pay deal.
Very, very, very quickly, because
Very quickly because we're running out of time.
We're running out of time, so we've got 2 minutes. Give a quick 2-minute update. That'll be brilliant, Ed. Thanks.
Right. So Mick has rattled the company, and we want an answer to our pay deal. It's as simple as that. We now have meetings booked in, I think, on the 27th?
27th and 28th.
And 28th of this month. And we're going to start talking, because we are going to start talking. We're not carrying on like this anymore. You know, Mick's actually demanded a response. He now has one. And we now have meetings booked in the diary, and we will be talking about it. I'll be honest with you, people have said to me, how long will it take? The answer is we don't know. We could conclude it and just say to Hermes, right, that's what you want. Yeah, fine. That wouldn't be good for our members. We will fight for what we want to. Never forget that. And at the end of the day, it takes as long as it takes. We've got to do and get the best deal possible. And it's not us that decide on the deal. It's you, the members, that decide on the deal. So again, if couriers want to be in the pay deal and want a choice in the pay deal, want their say on the pay deal, they have to be part of the GMB. This is the power of collectivism. That all of you, it's all your ideas that have gone in, and what you wanted, we will now go and fight for that as your representatives. So it is on its way. We have rattled with the company. We're not happy that there wasn't a response. We now have the response. Things are moving. So that's where we're at with that. Anything you want to say, Mick, before we wind up tonight's broadcast?
Yeah, I just want to thank people for taking the time and the trouble to give up a portion of their evening. I really do take on board some of the points that have been made, and you know, I've also seen some of the comments in the WhatsApp groups, and I think there is an issue about courier confidence. I think there is an issue that everybody just keeps thinking every time we take a step forward, something else goes wrong with the IT systems, or this happens, or that happens, and this happens. And then we get treated in a disrespectful manner. Well, can I just say to people, up until 2 years ago, those things were happening on a daily basis, and were far worse, and nobody had anybody to turn to. And that is what we're trying to do through collective member strength. It's about power relationships, and companies only respect people that work for them when everybody's part of the collective and speaking through one voice. So we've got a long way to go. It's all early days, and yes, some people may think this is helpless. I don't. I've been here before many times, and so have many other colleagues, and we are moving forward, and we are winning for couriers in a lot of respects. Sometimes it may not seem it, but we are. Over 4 million quid we've got back for couriers. We've got people their jobs back and their rounds back, and we've got them protected and things like that. I mean, look, we're not here to blow our trumpets. I think we can do more, and I think we can do better, and that's what we're going to strive to do. So I really thank everybody for giving up your time tonight. It's great to see people, and we'll see you next month and the month after, because I enjoy these events. I enjoy your questions, and it keeps me on my toes, and it's good to hear the views of couriers, because You know, as our advert said at the beginning, where would this country be today without our key workers? We'd have been a lot worse off. I value you, and sometimes I wish the company did as well. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you very much, everybody. Take care and stay safe. Yeah, and let's not just put our heads down and be negative. Let's try and be positive. There is a way forward. You know, Mick's very experienced in this. You know, and we as a national committee are going to fight for everything. Over to you, Susie. Say good night.
Thank you, and good night, and continue sending in everything that you continue to send in to us. Without you, we're very little. We can't achieve anything. So,
no, we're here for you. Don't ever forget that. So, good night, everybody, and thanks for the attending. Get to know your national rep. Take care, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Sunrise
Take care.
until sunset, and dusk until dawn. Every minute of every hour of every day. On the front line, it's key workers keeping our country moving, putting themselves at risk to keep others safe, for the vulnerable, for the sick, for the young and the old. We rise to the challenge. We care, we protect, we help, we fix, we deliver for everyone. We will get through this, and it's thanks to our key workers. We're proud to represent heroes, and not all heroes wear capes. Key workers deserve recognition, protection and support. Get us on your side. Join us today.